A new chapter in Ferrari's legacy is here, and it's unlike anything we've seen before. The Ferrari F80, priced at a staggering $4 million, promises to redefine speed, design, and exclusivity with only 799 units set to hit the roads. Sporting a hybrid 3-liter V6 engine inspired by Ferrari's Le Mans winning 499p, this supercar brings track-level performance to the streets, reaching 0 to 60 in just 2.1 seconds. But Ferrari didn't stop at speed. They crafted a futuristic, nearly single-seater design with unprecedented aerodynamics and advanced battery support, guaranteeing this machine will make history. How does the Ferrari F80 set a new standard for hypercars everywhere? Imagine a car that combines the raw speed and design brilliance that Ferrari is known for. With a fresh look that's both futuristic and fierce, Ferrari poured everything they knew into racing and technology into this one, taking inspiration directly from their experience in Formula 1. And trust me, the results are stunning. The F80 has a hybrid V6 twin-turbo engine, pushing out a massive 1,200 horsepower. Now, if you're wondering how that stacks up, consider this. The F80 goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.1 seconds, and from 0 to 125 miles per hour in a mere 5.7 seconds. That is rocket fast. It's so quick that it's already clocked a time of 4.4 seconds faster around Ferrari's Fiorano track than the LaFerrari, their iconic hybrid supercar from a decade ago. And as impressive as the LaFerrari was, the F80 is here to take things to a whole new level. One big part of the F80's appeal is its aerodynamics. Ferrari took cues from its racing heritage, with the car's shape designed to slice through the air as efficiently as possible. It even features a huge rear wing that extends to boost downforce. This wing is cleverly hidden when it's not in use, blending right into the car's design. But when it pops up, it's hard to miss. It's massive and adds serious grip, especially at high speeds. So, it's not just for looks, it's actually a critical part of how this car handles. To keep the weight down, Ferrari used 3D printing for some of the car's parts, allowing them to create complex shapes that would be nearly impossible with traditional manufacturing. This kind of precision, it doesn't just make the car lighter, it makes it faster and more agile. And with Ferrari's racing experience behind every detail, you can bet it's engineered to perform at an elite level. Now, let's talk about the driving experience. The F80 is designed with what Ferrari calls 1+ seating, meaning the driver's seat is adjustable, but the passenger seat is fixed. This setup, it might seem a bit unusual, but it's actually part of the car's structure, built right into the body for better stability and safety. The seats are closer together than in other Ferraris, which helps with aerodynamics. When you sit in the passenger seat, it's set slightly behind the driver's, creating a staggered effect. It's a tight fit, but Ferrari found a way to make it comfortable and practical for two people without sacrificing speed. Ferrari's F80 also has a new dashboard design that moves with the steering wheel. So, when you adjust the wheel's height, the entire display moves with it, making it easier to keep an eye on your speed and other vital info. It's a smart touch, but it's not without its quirks. For example, taller drivers might find the steering wheel partially blocks their view of the tachometer, which shows the engine's speed. It's a small trade-off for an otherwise incredible cockpit layout that feels modern and high-tech. In terms of looks, the F80, it isn't your typical Ferrari. The design is aggressive and futuristic, with lines and angles that make it look like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Some people might find it a bit bold, but Ferrari has always been about pushing boundaries, and the F80 is no exception. Over time, this design might just grow on everyone, much like the LaFerrari did. Remember when it first came out? Not everyone was on board with its look. Fast forward, and it's now considered one of the most beautiful Ferraris ever made. I wouldn't be surprised if the F80 follows a similar path. The Ferrari's F80 wheels have some special treatment that's both stylish and practical. Ferrari's chief designer, Manzoni, insisted on 5-spoke wheels for a bold, sporty look, while product development chief, Fulgenzi, pushed for carbon fiber construction to maximize performance. Center-locking wheels were left out since they wouldn't add any performance benefits, and crafting 5-spoke carbon wheels strong enough to handle the F80's intense forces was already a challenging feat. Instead, Ferrari stuck with a 5-lug design, making tire changes simpler and saving owners from needing a massive torque wrench. To keep performance high, Ferrari's boost optimization mode adds an extra layer of track smarts. When in qualifying mode, The system tracks each lap and deploys the F80's electrical assist precisely where it's needed most. What's especially exciting about the F80 is that it marks the beginning of a new era for Ferrari. It is designed to be the pinnacle of Ferrari's innovation, at least for the next decade. If you look back about 10 years, Ferrari, McLaren, and Porsche were dominating the supercar world with their holy trinity of hybrid hypercars: the LaFerrari, the McLaren P1, and the Porsche 918 Spider. Those cars set the bar for everything that followed, and each one had a huge influence on supercar design and performance. Fast forward to today, and the F80 is ready to set new standards, and it's not just Ferrari doing this. The whole industry is watching to see what this car can do. Now, the F80 isn't out on the streets just yet, but when it is, it's bound to turn heads. With a delivery date expected around 2026, it's just a matter of time before this car makes waves at car shows and track events worldwide. Now, here's a fascinating thing about the F80. It's not just Ferrari's latest, but it's part of an elite series known as Ferrari's Big Six hypercars. This club, it includes legendary models like the 288 GTO from 1984, the F40, the F50, the Enzo, and of course, the LaFerrari. With each model, Ferrari has pushed the boundaries of what's possible, and the F80 is no different. It carries a hybrid twin-turbo V6 engine, bringing Ferrari's Formula One expertise straight to the road. This shift to a V6, it might seem surprising, especially since Ferrari is known for its roaring V12s and V8s, but it's all about bringing their racing tech to street-legal cars. Rather than opt for the classic V12, Ferrari's engineers turned to the V6 turbo architecture, proven in their Le Mans winning 499p. This 120-degree V6 turbo platform is a high-performing powerhouse, generating an astonishing 296 horsepower per litre on its own. It's an engine that isn't just for show, but one built to handle the demands of a supercar, designed for top-level performance. A big part of Ferrari's approach here is sustainability and efficiency, without sacrificing that legendary Ferrari roar. As Ferrari's engineering chief, Gianmaria Fulgenzi, points out, while a V6 may not seem as thrilling as the mighty V12 of past Ferraris, the F80 doesn't lose its signature sound. Ferrari has engineered this six-cylinder to deliver the unique, iconic Ferrari soundtrack that enthusiasts crave. The 6 rear air vents on the F80 even nod to this new cylinder count, showing that while Ferrari has changed up the engine, they haven't abandoned the Ferrari essence. This car isn't just a collector's dream, it's one of only 799 that Ferrari is making, with a price tag starting at around $4 million. The rarity of the F80 makes it a true gem, but that price tag has been the talk of the town among Ferrari's top customers. Compared to some of Ferrari's other super rare models, it stands apart not just in cost, but in sheer tech. Even the recent W1 supercar from McLaren that hits the $2 million mark, and it only has 399 units. With double the price and roughly double the exclusivity, the F80 is definitely aiming to be the crown jewel of modern supercars. Now, brands like Koenigsegg, Hennessy, and Pagani are all creating incredible cars that rival the big names. Even cars like the Corvette C8 ZR1, with speeds hitting up to 233 miles per hour, are entering the conversation when we talk about performance on this level. It's no longer just about the traditional luxury supercar brands. The playing field has expanded, and Ferrari is setting out to keep its place at the top. What's even more interesting is the design's evolution. When Ferrari first envisioned the F80, they considered making it a single-seater, a decision that would have made it feel like a pure race car for the road. The idea was scrapped to ensure that the F80 could still seat a passenger, but the design team managed to keep a lot of that single-seater feel. They achieved this by creating a narrow cabin with wide, muscular shoulders and a broad track, giving the car an intense, race-ready stance. This was a careful balance between Ferrari's futuristic vision and a nod to the past without leaning too heavily on nostalgia. Ferrari's chief designer, Flavio Manzoni, has described the F80 as a truly futuristic and disruptive car. Unlike some of Ferrari's earlier models, which drew on classic Ferrari lines, the F80 was created without any preconceived style ideas. This allowed for a new design language focused on performance, aerodynamics, and the raw essence of speed. The goal was clear: to make something that would be instantly recognizable as Ferrari, but like nothing anyone has ever seen before. And with its aggressive lines and aerodynamic curves, the F80 does just that, signaling a new era of Ferrari design. The hybrid V6 also represents a practical shift toward Ferrari's future goals. With their new e-building dedicated to electric vehicle production, Ferrari has hinted at a fully electric model, possibly by 2025. The F80's hybrid technology serves as a bridge between Ferrari's historic commitment to powerful internal combustion engines and their plans to innovate in the hybrid and electric fields. The V6 architecture, it doesn't just modify efficiency standards, it allows Ferrari to incorporate the most advanced racing technology directly into a road car, setting a precedent for what Ferrari might produce in the electric era. The F80 stands as a bridge between Ferrari's storied past and an ambitious future, combining the latest technology with the soul of Ferrari. And while fans of the classic V12 might feel nostalgic, Ferrari is committed to giving these hybrid V6 engines the power, sound, and thrill that define the Ferrari experience. The F80 doesn't just set a new standard for Ferrari, it paves the way for an exciting, innovative future in supercar design and engineering. If you enjoyed this journey into Ferrari's next big thing, don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments, what car should we explore next?